Welcome back with another episode of Creative Conversations. Today, I'm joined by a special guest. My apologies, the co-host ain't here. She's a bit busy. She's got things to do, but I told you that I was going to maintain the consistency and make sure you have loads of episodes out. I'm joined today by my chargy, my brethren, my family. Mercy, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, my name's Mercy. I'm known by Mercy. I have a very long African name. Obviously, I'm Congolese.
Come on. Come on.
Let's just
you
not
had
get
to, you had to
into that.
include it. Nah.
Because, yeah, obviously, legally, my name on document isn't Mercy, but yeah.
Come on. They know us already. They know how we
Yeah.
are. We take the name that we want. So
Mhm.
today we're going to be having, I guess, quite an all-round encompassing conversation. We're going to be talking about a few things. Like the first episode I dropped this year, I told people that since I'm deciding to share my opinions and whatnot with all of you, I'm going to try my best to be vulnerable, not only to make you all feel comfortable whilst you're listening, but to also make the guests that I have on feel comfortable and feel like they're able to share their experiences in a way, because I feel like it's beneficial to people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more we speak about things and the more I guess people can understand us, we're also able to understand ourselves. And it sets up an environment where I guess you can healthily interact and communicate with other people. Would
Mm-hmm.
you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Communicating, opening, networks
And trust me on that.
that can possibly work together
True.
and build something or learn something.
True. Especially in the day and age that we live in. You're
Mm-hmm.
exposed to people a lot, or not even exposed to people, you're exposed to a lot of people's experiences.
Yeah.
And I guess hearing someone speak about that experience and how that experience has affected them and allowed them to grow can be beneficial to most people. Right? I feel like hearing someone speak about the experience, for me, it's kind of a bit better than therapy. Therapy is still necessary, I believe, but I believe that hearing how someone has processed an experience and what they've done with, I guess, the energy that experience I've gave them, because I don't really like using the word trauma too much, or I don't
Yeah.
like using burden, or I feel like it's an energy that an experience gives you that allows you to become the kind of person that you want to be. But
Yeah, and with that, if I
no, go. No, of course.
can add to it, it's like it's having empathy towards other human beings.
Trust me.
It's not even a pity party thing. Like for some people, scenarios is super tragic or whatever, but it's just having that understanding and bare minimum respect.
True.
I
And
think
patience as well. And patience. Yeah, no, and patience as well.
of
Allowing
like
some
understanding
another person's feelings.
you're human.
True.
We are humaning. Like
No, I love how you said that. I love how you said that because that's another
it's
thing.
I feel like a science experiment as a woman
True. Or even as a person.
every day. Like I just feel like one walking science experiment.
Do you feel like it's the way? Do you feel like you've always felt like that, or do you feel like the way the world is set up right now, and the things that are going on has kind of made not just women but people in general just feel like walking experiments. Like you feel like everything's being tested on you rather than being tested for you, in a sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you test yourself. Like everything you start with self. That's the biggest like
True.
experiment because you have to learn to discipline yourself. If
100.
you wasn't raised a certain way, like you're relearning and unlearning things to relearn to
True.
experiment. Is this a better way of being human or
It's just a
what did
better
I
way of being me.
being me or am I being me? Is this really me? Like what am I doing? Does
True. And see
this
the kids as well, they struggle with that as well,
yeah.
especially in this day and age, being exposed to a lot of things. In fact, that's probably a perfect place for us to start. So, where did you grow up, or and what was growing up like for you? I don't mind going first. I can go first if you like.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, well, a lot of majority of people know. Well, I started off in West London first.
Yeah.
Then we moved to East.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, the transition between West and East London was hella different.
Must have been
Nah,
tragic.
nah, I'm telling you, it was a very big difference. And plus, because coming to this country, I wasn't born in this country. I was born in Congo. I came here very young, and I only spoke French and Lingala and Swahili. So in primary school, when you're trying to communicate with people, when even just in the ends in the area when you're trying to talk with people, they're looking at you. You're a foreigner basically, but
Yeah.
as a kid, you don't really see yourself as that. You just feel like, oh, I'm different. But
Yeah.
everyone's thinking that you're more than different. Like you kind of feel like a bit of an outsider. But I feel like I was lucky and unlucky enough to be in an environment where I felt largely accepted in the outside environment. Although the influences weren't all positive,
Yeah.
but it still kind of made me feel welcome in a
Mm-hmm.
sense, because I guess I felt like I was a part of something. And when you come somewhere, when you get to somewhere new, or when you're in an environment that you're not necessarily used to, you kind of want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that's affecting a lot of the youth today. You can tell that for them, they feel like if they aren't doing certain things, they're missing out, or they aren't a
Yeah.
part of something.
Or not having the right conversations, where
Trust me
it's
on that.
going back to community
There
and
you go.
understanding
There you go. Exactly that.
of others and each other.
Which can then help you to understand yourself.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Where did you grow up?
For West London.
Yeah,
Why asking like
I
it's
know, I know, I know.
anything strange? No, literally West London. Like as soon as we came here, Queens Park,
Come on,
then Harrow Road,
come on.
and then Warwick Avenue,
Yeah,
and then where else did we live after that? Yeah, and then yeah, life changed after that
no, I feel that.
swiftly. And then I lived by myself from age 16 in East London, by the way.
I was in the
No,
yeah.
no, wait. This was no, it was Clapham, Lavender Hill. I was in East London when I was 18, but when I was 16, I was in Clapham.
Started off in Clapham at 16,
Yeah.
and during those times, everyone knows Clapham was
Uh,
treacherous. It
Jesus
was
Christ.
absolutely treacherous. Like I can imagine, especially being 16. That's you living independently, right?
No, I was in care.
You were in care, right? Okay.
Hmm.
So let's start there. I feel like so in terms of because that would encompass your youth, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we've just come off the question of the youth finding identity and the environments that the youth are in
Hmm.
affecting the decisions that they make. Like for me, how I grew up, I would say being the new kid on the ends, doesn't know the language. I felt lucky to have been taken under someone's wing. Like I said, albeit not positive, but still, it's still someone saying, right, you're with me, welcome, you're a part of it. Did you feel
Yeah.
like when you were in care, you had that? Did you feel like you were welcomed? Did you feel like it was an environment where you could thrive?
Care was very challenging. I'm so sorry.
No, go on, speak
I
your truth.
did not really enjoy it. I did not like it, not one bit. I was put with different families, and they tried their best to find a suited family. And Clapham with the Ghanaian family was
That's a big
the
culture jump
longest
as well.
one. Yeah, big,
Congolese and
literally
Ghanaian, yeah.
Congolese and Ghanaians.
That's a big culture
And
jump.
then they put me with Eritrean.
I'm a big
Um,
culture jump, damn.
I've been with a Bayesian auntie, my Bayesian auntie Francis.
You must have enjoyed that one.
Um, huh?
You must have liked Auntie Francis,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was cool. We're still in contact. And Barbara, but yeah, I wasn't there long. She lived. They put me so far
Could I ask you a question?
as well.
When you were in care, did you feel like you were given the tools as a young person, or did you feel like the people that were taking care of you were given the tools to take care of you?
I think it was a win-win situation
Okay.
on for both parties because I did have experiences where, like the last foster care where I was with the Ghanaian family, she actually took me on holiday and I went to Congo. Like the time that I was with her, although I ended up in prison, I literally got to go to Ghana.
I'm sure you got to
Both
experience
I
life.
got to go to Accra and Kumasi, and had time to go back home. I spent 6 months in Congo, 18 years old with my gran. Like it was the best.
Experience. Like, I can imagine you got to experience the world. I guess
It was the best year
was
ever.
traveling. Did you feel like you traveling young or being able to experience the world at a young age? Do you feel like it gave you a bigger perspective on things that were around you? Like, do you feel like if you didn't travel, do you feel like how you view yourself and how you view the world would be different?
No,
No? Okay.
if I didn't
Yeah,
travel,
if you didn't travel, do you feel like the way you viewed things or the way you think about certain things would be different? Or do you
I
feel like it was
actually,
just
I don't think I would know how to answer that because ever since I've been young, we've always traveled.
true? Oh, yeah,
We
no, you
traveled here, like,
true. Yeah, no, I just need it.
and
I just
then
need it.
from then the travels didn't stop, like to Belgium, Paris, France, because family,
100.
visiting other family and Switzerland, like back and forth, Geneva here, Belgium here and back to London, back and
Okay.
forth.
I see
Like,
you've experienced a lot. Okay, so you've
so
got to experience.
we had a lot of like family trips to like French countries.
That's typical. I mean, for a Congolese person, that's normal. That's like
Yeah,
going to visit family.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. So, okay, so as a young person, although you were in care, it was still you still got to experience life.
yeah.
If do you feel like, or is it okay for me to ask why you were in care? Or would you like to share why you were in care?
Um, Violence,
Yeah.
just a lot of violence, and I ran away.
Do you feel like, no, go on, continue.
No, that's it.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like you separating yourself out of that environment was best for you?
No, because it only got worse.
Yes.
Because now the violence was in the street,
Okay.
and it was at school, college.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of you traded one side of a coin for another, but
yeah,
essentially they were both kind of the same.
yeah.
If you could if you could go back, what would you in that moment, what would you change? Or what would you do? Not what would you change, what would you do differently if you could, or if you would in general,
Go back to like
when you were younger?
what
Or
age?
let's say from care to 18, from care to independence, what would you have done differently in that?
Had more respect for my auntie Maria,
Okay.
and worked with her because she did her best to, like from when she was as young as even 15 or 14 to take me out of the environment
That you were
that we were in. Yeah, she got herself away first, but then because she was too young to take me, so
in.
she had to leave. And then but she kept coming back for me. She even snuck me into her hostels sometimes.
Yeah.
And then like the hostel managers would like basically get kicked out, and
Yeah.
she'll have to find another one.
So you had someone
Like
that
she's been one person that's always been there and known the truth. And a lot of people doubt people that tell the truth
100.
and have no respect for them.
Truth
But
is uncomfortable, isn't it?
the truth makes people so uncomfortable.
100.
But I love it so much, and I only respect people that tell me the truth. And she's been the one.
That's done that for you.
I would have had more time, like spent more time with her.
Shout out you, Auntie. See, at least for her as a person, at least she knows that she had that impact on your life, and that
Mhm.
she's able to, and the fact that you remember that, because I feel like with those kind of people in your life, I feel like those are the people ultimately that shape you as a person,
Yeah.
because the resilience that she had for you is obviously the resilience that you're gonna then carry over for other people. Because it's like, right, if someone done that for me, I would want, I would want to do that for someone else because I wanted that to happen to me in that situation, or I would want that for someone in my family, or I would want that for a friend, even if it's not someone that you know directly. The fact
Yeah.
that you still put that good out in the world in
Yeah.
hopes, you're not hoping directly for it to come back to you, but you're just like, it's out there anyway. So it might be something that I'll get to experience. So I
Mhm.
feel like initially, that's a good thing that you're able to have someone like that around you.
Definitely. She's yeah.
Made the experience bearable.
And she was a stranger, an immigrant here herself to begin with. Do you know what I mean? Like we all came to basically the unknown at very, very young ages,
Trust me.
and
Just trying to find a way.
trying to find a way.
Because like you said for yourself as well, you said that at a very young, she was young herself, but
Yeah.
she still tried to come back for you. Because I say the same thing about my mother as well. Because
Mhm.
when me and my mother, when we were alone, it was like a case of where it was just me and her, and
Mhm.
she was trying to figure out her way. I remember I spoke more English than she did because I had attended school, but
Mhm.
she hadn't at the time. So it was a case of where we're
Mhm.
learning together. And
Mhm.
I guess it kind of me and my mother, we have the kind of relationship where it's like we grew at the same time, even though we didn't. She's a lot older,
Yeah.
experienced a lot more in life, but when it comes to us being here, it was kind of we were learning off each other. Like, so we'd get a letter, I'd read it, she's hearing what I'm reading, I'd be like, okay, cool, this is
Yeah.
all good. So we're kind of learning off each
Yeah.
other, we're going. And then now when
Yeah.
I look back and I see where we are, it's kind of like it's what inspired me to want to become a teacher, because I was like, if I wasn't able to learn, where would I have been? Or if I didn't have someone around me that was willing to not
Mhm.
give up and I was willing to
Yeah.
take me everywhere with them. Because if me and my mom were outside, we're outside together. If we're inside, we're inside together. If we're going shopping, we're doing shopping together. So it's just having that person by your side and knowing that, you know what, this person's got me and this person's here for me. They don't want anything from me. They're just doing it because they genuinely care for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's definitely something that's important for the youth. But
Honestly,
you said something
I'll never forget, man.
that's good that you remember. There's something that you said that really it got me. You said that you would have respected her more as a young person.
Yeah, I wouldn't have run away from her either.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So like I ran away from her. She took me in. I was still in secondary school. The travel to school to where she lived on Owlsbury Estate in Elephant and Castle, yeah.
Aylesbury, that's the trenches as well.
Listen,
Yeah, for real.
I forgot to even mention that part,
Nah.
that I lived in Elephant and Castle with my auntie. The journey from there to like Wood Lane, White City, like
That's
you
a
know,
trek.
like come on.
Yeah, that you really do cross country. You really do cross country.
So like one of my friends' mums, like they took me in.
Okay. See, once again, lucky to have people around you that were willing to take care of you.
Take care of me, yeah. But sometimes in the end, you learn the truth later.
100. No, I feel you on that one. It's like, here's something as well. I feel like, do you feel like the youth of today? Because even me, when I was younger, despite all the love that my family had for me, I don't know what it was, but as a young person, I had a certain level of love for my friends. It was like, me personally, I would, even when my guys are out here, I would never say, oh, I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I might be capable, but it's not something that I want to do. I'm just following the crowd. I'm doing it because they're doing it, because I love my guys. Whatever they're doing, damn, I'm down with it as well. I may not agree with it, but
I had a book idea. Sorry to cut you.
No,
I had
go
a
on.
book idea, yeah, and it was the title. Like I don't know if it's a good idea revealing it, but I just feel like I should say it anyway.
No, go on.
Because like
Manifestation.
anyway, yeah. I wasn't meant to be hood.
Oh, dang, that's a certain title, you know. I feel like every
Like
young
I
black person needs
wasn't
to hear that.
meant to be hood.
100%.
A lot of us come from these disciplined, well-structured families,
100%.
and then we come to Europe,
and we just lose our
and
heads.
we lose our minds.
We just lose our heads.
We lose our senses. We forget family. We forget the essence and the importance of culture.
100.
And I sometimes feel it's maybe because our people don't dominate in this country, and we're not in environments where we're around a lot of us, but in the household we were still getting that discipline and structure. So
but we still didn't take
it with us. So we lost it somehow along the way.
Do you think it's because of, sorry to cut you off, do you feel like it's because I think personally the only reason why kids or just people in general act out is because of the whole free will thing, the whole freedom?
Yeah, we're given too much freedom in this country.
I feel like even the fact that we're able to complain, because I look back when my mum was telling me stories about Congo and how they were living, it's kind of like I'm thinking, right, even like, for example, you said you ran away from your kid. I'm thinking, right, in Congo, if you run away, there's no way you're really going.
Yeah.
There's no way you're really going.
You're gonna come back home.
You're coming back home because it's
like where are you going?
Someone's gonna bring you back because everyone knows each other, so they're gonna be like, what are you actually doing? And you're going back to your family, or you're gonna take yourself back because you're gonna realize, right, how I'm living ain't the same way other people are living. But I feel like here, because the baseline is so universal, it's kind of like,
no, the baseline is the children are given too much freedom.
True.
And too much rights.
True.
And
but the rights, actually not gone.
To some degree.
I get what you mean, because even the fact that, because like, for example, the age of consent is 16. Me personally, as a person, I feel like that should be 18, and that's minimum. And that's minimum. Personally, I think it should be 21.
Because literally 16. I think it should be 21. When I look back at it, and then I'm looking at Ava, I'm just like, it's not 16. That far off. And then who the hell did I think I was at 16? I thought I was this big woman. I was like, yo.
Listen, I'm telling you, I thought I'd figured everything out. Like, the age of 16, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew how to take care of whatever come my way, and I'm going to take care of it.
But it's like, there's some children at that age, their maturity and their advancement is in the right direction, and it's in the direction of bettering themselves and education. But there's other ones like us, we want to go and have fun. And we make up for it later in our 30s, in our late 20s, 30s, trying to make up for all the fun that we had in our early teens
I
because we
trust it.
had so much fun. Now there's no more fun to be had.
And literally,
Like,
that's what everyone
and
says.
it
Why don't you
feels
go
like,
out?
it just feels like you're taking the piss out of life. Like, are
Literally,
you taking the mick?
like why
Like,
did
how are you even still playing with your life?
literally the way you were when you were younger? Now I
And
feel
then
you on
you've
that.
already made all of those mistakes, and you think like,
There's no point doing it again because literally, like you just said, for now, like I feel like once again, I feel like I experienced so much life or so much of life when I was younger that now I read this. A lot of people are like, oh, why aren't you outside? Why aren't you partying? And I said, if I'm honest with you, I did it so much when I was younger to the point where now when I think about doing it, I just feel a sense of shame.
I feel shame afterwards.
I just feel a sense of shame. It's like,
Literally.
are you not tired?
Like, wow,
It's like, are you not
bank
tired?
balance, paying bills for Ray and
Yeah,
nephew. Like,
literally,
who am I?
literally, I'm here decided tomorrow I'm gonna be eating noodles for a week because I want to buy more in the club.
Like, are you taking the
Yeah,
mick
no, 100,
out
100.
of your, like, it's literally taking the mick out of yourself. And I think as a black community, us people, we need to take ourselves more seriously
True.
and dive into fields that is not expected of us.
Yeah, like entertainment,
Behave,
all the stuff.
just not to become bounties in any shape, way, or form,
Literally.
but to some degree, because you got to be, because you have to survive.
And by the way,
We're in
just in
England.
case people don't know, Bounty, chocolate on the outside, white on the inside.
Like, because this is like, nalo ba na lingala? Izamboka na bago. I'm sorry. Izamboka na
Nah, little bit
bisote.
I'm gonna
Like,
turn it. Nah,
Izamboka na
it's gonna take them a
bisote.
while to translate.
No. Izamboka na bisote. Pardon.
There you
Je
go. We need to stop
m'excuse.
acting
Like,
like it
we
is.
need to stop acting like, yo,
Nah, for real, nah, I feel
this
you on that
isn't
one.
like, so it's too much.
Nah, literally.
And
So,
I'm not even judging people, even myself. I fall into it.
oh
Like,
wow,
I fall
all
into
of
it
us.
thinking I'm Stacey. I can go to. I'm not. I love Stacey and Samantha. Listen.
But it's at the same time we gotta know, even though we've been given the opportunity, can't take the liberties for it because
Yeah.
the system is there, but the system, yeah, it's made to be used by everyone, but really and truly, you know who it's been put in place for. Taking advantage of it kind of just, I guess it puts us in the position that we're in now. I feel like as a community, I feel like we're so expecting that it's kind of got to a place of where we're comfortable expecting. It's
Yeah.
like if the government ain't gonna do for us, we're not gonna go and do for ourselves. I like to use BLM as an example. I always use this one because I feel like when BLM came around, I feel like that was a time where we as a people could have made a difference for ourselves. But somehow our message got lost. And all of a sudden it was like rather than fighting for ourselves or fighting for everyone else. But then when it comes to wanting people to fight for us, like no one's there for it, but we're always ready to jump on someone else's cause. But when it's time for
Bandwagon.
us, it's like, we ain't got the time for it. So I feel like,
It's a waste of time.
yeah, not even, yeah, I feel like, yeah, definitely.
Everything else is better than anything
That we have to do, or anything
for,
that
for
will benefit us.
ourselves.
Literally, anything that's of benefit to us is kind of seen as if, nah, they don't really deserve it. Or we feel like, I feel like sometimes we feel like we don't deserve it because we're so accepting of it. Because Black Lives Matter happened for a couple months. As soon as it finished, that was it. You didn't hear anything else about it. It was when it was relevant, when it suited, that's when it mattered. But then after that, nothing changed for black people. We still have young kids dying. Like the year just
Yeah, we
started,
still
we've had
have
4
children wanting to be entertainers more than we
literally
want
then to be
children being
doctors.
doctors and judges. Like,
Literally. And
people are, you're buying baby girl prams at flipping 1, 2 years old instead of buying her science toys. Like,
literally, can you imagine?
it all starts at home
It's the
with
mindset.
me, and I'm one of those parents where I believe that you start from young, you plant everything in them from young, you tell them
100,
everything, you tell them,
100.
you show them, teach them, make them work. Yeah, everything from young, because we want people to enjoy life. Nobody wants to be working forever till 60. Like,
Trust me
this
on that.
country is just one big entrapment, and you guys think it's okay
Literally, it's just one
to
big wheel.
be wanting to work on this cold island until you're 60
And you're
and not finding a way out of here,
and it's working for the island. It's not working on the island, so you're working for the island.
and not finding a way out of here
100.
to better your health, because it's actually scientifically proven that as a race we ought to be
In the
living
sun.
under the sun.
Literally.
And especially at the time of the year when it's like the end of the year,
Oh, and can I just
especially
say,
when it's cold.
we had to say it's just black people. My snow bunnies, you don't love the sun too, you know. That's how you know what I mean? I know they like to pretend like they're out here in their 3/4 lengths enjoying the breeze and all that. Yeah, for a
No.
minute. But when you're out in Benidorm and you're out in Magaluf, I see you lot grinning bare teeth. So the sun is made for everyone. I feel like it's just, it makes you feel happy. It gives you a kind of feeling
Do you
where,
mind?
no, it's okay. It gives you the kind of feeling where you feel, I guess, you feel empowered. You feel like you're able to enjoy life because look outside right now, you're seeing rain, you're seeing gloomy weather. You don't really want to be in that environment. On top of that, you got bills piling up and whatnot. But that conversation, whole other
That's another
conversation.
whole other conversation. But what I'm saying, like, even we are not racist and all of that. This is it disclaimer and all them
Yeah, no,
things
yeah,
there
that's
and
a big
all
disclaimer. Yeah,
that stuff. Like what to add to what Dear just said. Dubai, it feels like half of Liverpool and
it's
Manny,
in Dubai. Yeah,
MK, like London
it's just there.
is in Dubai. Like
Nah, you're right.
living in
Nah,
Dubai.
you're right.
Like literally living in Dubai. When I went there, I felt so safe because I saw so much British people,
It's kind of like it's a second
and
brain.
it was an environment where
You
like
feel
I felt so safe
you
with
feel welcome.
literally welcomed, and it was so fun.
I guess that's kind of a good thing though.
And back to you saying like people they're gonna get their legs wet and get get tan up and
Trust me,
do you know what I mean?
trust me,
It's
they're
not.
gonna
I'm just
be
not just
enjoying it.
talking about
It's
our
everyone.
people. It's for
Everyone
everyone.
wants to be in that kind of an
But
environment
scientifically, it is proven
that black people need
for
to be in. That
better
sun,
mental health, physical health,
emotional health as well. Yeah.
emotional health. We're not meant to be here.
That's right. Melanin
November,
needs the sun to thrive.
like literally from I think October or November to February.
So, whilst we continue, because I know I always go off on tangents, people always be getting onto me for this because I'll talk about this for the whole day. But
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to ask is, how would you describe your growth as a person? Because I remember you said that you did some time in prison. Do you mind talking about
No problem.
that? No problem. So, what was the most surprising thing whilst you were having that experience? Because I know the majority of the thing that people hear is the man them in the jailhouse. Do you know what I mean? You don't really hear about the female jails, but from what I've heard and from people's experiences, it's some people say it's a lot worse than the men's jails. I'm not gonna lie. They say that the environment, I'm guessing because of the emotions or whatnot. I'm not saying all women before I get stoned out here, but women be emotional, more emotional than men. So do you
Yes.
feel like it's that kind of a reminder, or what kind of an experience was it for you, and how did it change you?
Well,
Or
first of all, I was a teenager.
mm,
Um, I never, I don't like that feeling of not having
freedom,
my life not in my control,
so being
kind of
free
thing.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you.
and it's like only God has that power. No judge should have that power over my life ever again, and it will never
100%.
happen again. I've
You
never
never give
been
him them
back, and
keys.
I'm never going back.
Tell him again.
No,
Don't make the same mistakes twice.
so and yeah, the biggest like what I found in it was just a girl wanted to fight me because we had the same trainers.
I feel you. Okay. So it's like, so it's no different to just growing up back in the day where I guess the majority of people to assert their dominance are looking for something to give them a reason to do whatever
To
they want to
start
do. Yeah, just to
something.
start
Yeah,
anything.
they're girls that are just bullies. They're just naturally
100%.
bullies, and it's in their nature. They're mean girls, but it's the mean girls that thrives. Like these chess games of life that we be
100%.
playing. People that are mean tend to be the winners,
I
and
mean,
being nice or just being genuine or civil, just humble and quiet, people just automatically
assume that person.
assume you're idiot.
But then I see you say that, right? But like you just said, it's the mean girls that were thriving in the jailhouse. But then at the end of the day, you're out here. So clearly you weren't being one of them. So in my opinion, although they are thriving, they're thriving in the jailhouse. The way you described
And
it.
when I say thriving, I think when I should that was a bit exaggerated. Maybe they're popular
No,
and
but
well
but
respected
that's
to some
thriving.
degree.
But that's
Yeah,
thriving in the jailhouse. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
even when I ask the guys, they'll say the guy who's thriving in the jailhouse is the one who's talked about the most, the
Mm.
one who's got the wing on lock, the one who when it,
Everyone's going to link
there you go,
them.
always
Yeah,
getting food and whatnot. So I
yeah.
feel like maybe for us and the
Mm.
way, or for you, for example, because like you said, you were there once, you're not planning to go back, and you never did go back. But for someone like them, they're probably thinking, this is it for me. This
Yeah.
is pretty much all I've got left. And the fact that they're acting like that, in my opinion, although they might be popular there, I feel like the only reason why they're still in there is because they're stuck in that mindset. Because you were like, all right, cool. Albeit, yeah, you
No,
could have been moving the same, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be here forever. Do you know what I mean? I've got things that I want to achieve for
yeah,
myself.
definitely. Some have even come out, have done longer birds than me,
There you
and
go.
they've come out and they're literally just shining,
There
like,
you go.
and doing brilliantly.
There you go. So, if in terms of that, like you just said, some people have come out and they've done longer time than you, but they still managed to thrive.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a female who's not only going in, even though it's a completely different time, but still the JLS, you know what I mean? If someone going in, someone in there, and someone coming out. So let's start with someone going in. What would be your advice to them? Or a young person going in? Because in this day and age, a lot of young girls are getting.
Do as many courses as you can.
Okay, well, should have just.
Yeah,
Okay,
just educate yourself, fast, fast and pray,
amen.
connect with God. Like that was one of my
Main thing.
main things.
What about something to do whilst you're in there? Let's
I get a
say,
job.
okay,
Get a job. I worked in the gardens,
come on,
and yeah, I worked in the gardens.
come on, birds of the green farm, come on, come on.
And then I used to go to lessons, swimming,
Nice. So you really
yeah,
kept yourself busy.
gym. I tried. There was a hairdressers in there.
Nice.
So Auntie Maria and Ghanaian auntie would send me weave. They
There you
send
go.
me clothes, trainers, letters. Like people were just envious of how other people like you,
100%.
or the post that you'll be getting,
There you
or
go.
like the
So,
things that you get.
so the fact that your family's taking care of you, people will feel a
Yeah,
certain type of way about it.
yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like that's a case of where it's a jealousy thing, or is it a case of damn,
But
why
that's
don't I have that?
it's natural jealousy, I
Okay,
believe so. So you can't be mad at them, but sometimes
it's kind of like
when people,
tikanga.
yeah, if you when they can't control it, it's when it's dangerous.
100%. I feel you on that. And something for a young lady coming out. So, like example, you said you went in, not planning to go back, haven't been back. What would be the
Someone
advice that
coming out.
yeah? What would you advise
When
would
you're
you give them?
in there, you're literally patting yourself from when you're inside there. You can apply for jobs. You can literally still go to job interviews. They help you with getting interview for clothing, like
Okay.
new stuff, designer stuff as well, by the way.
Nah. Damn.
um, housing, all of that.
Okay.
I sorted my shit out, excuse my French, before I left that place because
You weren't trying to
I
go
only
back.
have me,
There you
like
go.
to some degree. The auntie's there, but I was on my way to university and I just came back from Congo and then that had happened.
So it's kind of like got like a full stop put in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so, you know, you're expected to leave obviously the foster care home.
Yeah.
You go into one because you're now of legal age by English law to live alone
Okay.
and be
So that was
housed from
straight out the
foster care.
jailhouse as well.
Yeah, from
Okay.
so straight from prison, I went into a one-bedroom flat
Okay.
and went to college.
So I'm guessing this is a moment. This would be a moment where your life has changed.
hmm
Okay. You go.
Um,
You're into a one bedroom house.
yeah, one-bedroom flat. Yeah, college, and I was doing the Jamie Oliver apprenticeship
You know
at
what?
the
Sorry to
same
cut you off.
time.
Why
Yeah,
Jamie Oliver though?
mm?
Ruin the school meals.
Is it
Nah. listen,
no sugar,
listen, no sugar, everything.
no
I
salt?
have a vendetta against Jamie. Listen, let us choose. Let us choose how much sugar we want in our stuff. And
Yeah.
he ruined that jerk chicken and the jollof rice as well. Listen, one, I'm sorry, good on God. You done the Jamie Oliver thing.
Jamie's Jamie.
No, I'm telling
He'll
you.
be trying all different things.
Yeah, you stop trying. You should cook. You just cook the meals you were cooking before. We liked when you were making your meals. So then you done the Jamie Oliver thing. Was that so? Once you were living by yourself, did you go straight into cooking, or was that just something to pass the time?
Listen. When I saw that course, yeah, I from inside Holloway prison, I got into university
Okay.
for my release week when
So
I
it's
came out.
possible then. So it's possible to set yourself up as you're leaving the jails or before you leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. And girls that don't do that are very stupid.
I
But
feel you
like
now. That's the truth though. It's the truth now
literally,
for real.
you literally like the system is there to rehabilitate you. So
But you have to want the
you have to
rehabilitation.
want to be,
Rehabilitate. Okay.
you know, supported and everything else.
100%.
People laughed at me. There was actual rumors, and a girl said to me that, "Oh, you done a rehabilitation program with Jamie Oliver. Well done." I was just like, "Oh wow!"
Is that how
It's
you're
like
feeling?
this.
Is that how you're feeling? Okay. But
It's like,
then
oh, it
with
was
that,
so
I
funny.
feel like people only do that because it's kind of a thing of, damn, why didn't I think of that? Because, yeah, no, 100%. Because it's like, right, you've achieved something. For someone to get onto you for something you've achieved, it's kind of like, rah, but what have you done? But in
Mm-hmm.
their mind, they're thinking, I haven't done anything. So them getting onto you is like them doing something, even though it's not going to achieve anything for them. That
Mm-hmm.
moment of, I guess, them making themselves feel good by making you feel bad is kind of like enough, all right? It's kind of makes it feel like they've done
No,
enough.
it's only because Jamie's not rated like that. Like with the people that I know, obviously my generation, like
I just
obviously
cooked him as well.
our people.
Yeah, and I
So
just
it's
cooked him
like,
too.
automatically, you're just,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like, no, I feel you. So it's kind of like, it doesn't give that kind of prestige. I mean, if it was Gordon, that would have probably been a different kind of flavor. But Jamie Oliver has got his techos. Sorry to get on to him. He just got to me the
People
sugar tax
don't
and the
like
school
nice
meals.
people.
No, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that 100%.
I don't know why.
So right there, you literally just said that even though you were trying to do your best coming out, you set yourself up. People were still hating in a sense. How how would you handle insecurity in that moment? Because, for example, you made a mistake, you've atoned for your mistake, but people are still kind of making you feel like it's not enough. How did that make you feel? Like, how would that insecurity affect you? How did you kind of like shake
That
that off?
feeling I've had that feeling since a kid. That feeling you've just described.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
It's literally like it's not enough. Like even though
And I get that as well. No,
and even
literally,
sometimes I punish myself. Like,
100.
do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
It's
kind of
just
that you force yourself to do more than you
more
have to because,
to
but you've done enough already. But it's kind of
yeah.
like, let me try and do a little bit more.
It's I think that's a trauma response,
I feel you on that
and we
actually.
need to learn how to undo that. But I do not know
Undo
how
it.
to undo that.
I mean, you say undo. In my mind and hearts of hearts, I feel like something like that you wouldn't want to undo because it's what pushes you. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like, for example, you said the only reason why you set yourself up from coming out of the jail was because you wanted to, and
mm-hmm,
you have that. I guess I feel like it's just an opinion because I
mm-hmm,
can't think for you, but I feel like in your mind you were thinking, right, I may have got myself here, but now it's a case of I have an opportunity to
mm-hmm,
set myself up on the way out.
mm-hmm.
I can't make the same mistakes twice.
Yeah, one
So,
hundred percent.
despite you having that insecurity in yourself, that insecurity kind of pushed you to do better for yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of need that pressure on yourself because a lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be hard on yourself." I used to think that, but
Mm-hmm.
then me not being too hard on myself made me comfortable
Yeah.
because I was telling people before I used to teach before,
Yeah.
but I liked teaching, but I didn't enjoy it. I liked the fact that I was comfortable. I
Yeah.
liked the fact that I was earning regular, but
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was where I belonged.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it got to a point where I had to put myself in a position to say, right, I ain't happy right now. And if I decide to change things, yeah, things might be a bit rough and it might be a bit tough, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. People might be like, oh, you ain't got what you had before, but I'm gonna be happy. So, and
Mm.
then I'm still gonna have it. I'm still gonna have what I had before, but it might take a bit longer. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole part of the journey. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with me trying to achieve what I was achieving before.
Mm-hmm.
So, on that note, what personal habits or practices have positively impacted your life other than you being resilient and you being healthily hard on yourself?
What other
What other positive or what other habits or practices?
practices
Yeah,
and habits?
because I know you're a reader. That's one thing.
Yeah, I read.
Consume as much knowledge.
I
Come on,
love reading.
consume as much knowledge as
I've
you
got
can.
books. Yeah. Yeah, I like reading a lot. Um, what practices? Working out,
100%.
becoming more reserved in some certain areas of my life or aspects, of me,
What does that mean, if you don't mind
like
me asking?
being reserved.
As in, rather than as in accessibility.
Yeah,
Okay.
being less accessible as
So
well.
keeping yourself to yourself in a
So,
sense. I feel you on that. I feel you on that
and
100%.
just of recently, I've decided to literally take things at the pace God is taking me on.
Okay.
I'm no longer forcing anything. And business wise, especially speaking, yeah.
Okay. How do you handle moments of self doubt?
How?
Yeah.
What do I do? I go to the spa.
Okay. So you no, that's not. I feel you.
I'll
So
go
you're
to the
down yourself. You just
spa.
pamper yourself. No,
Yeah,
100%. I feel you on
I
that.
have to go pamper myself.
I feel like you
I
should.
might cry a bit. Let me not lie and go on like I don't have no emotions.
You gotta
I
cry
might
sometimes.
call my auntie or a friend and just share how I'm feeling and talk about it and
As you
see
do.
what they say and if they tell me about myself.
As you do, as you do, you've got to. I feel like you got to be able to have people around you that are able to be honest with you. Like, mom, you know how she is already.
Yeah,
Mom, sisters, they were the same. You
yeah.
can't go to them looking the same way because they're gonna tell you.
Oh, you're
But
right.
yeah, but those are the people you need because you know that those people want the best for you and they want you to
Yeah.
be the best that you can. Because someone who's willing to just tell you what they know is gonna make you feel good, or what they know you're going to approve of. It's kind of like, what are you expecting, or what is it that you really truly want?
Mhm.
So no, how do you, or what is one piece of advice you would give to someone? What was the one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Oh
Almost
wow.
from 16 to come out of your house and I'm achieving things. What advice would you give that mess?
Trust and love yourself more
Okay.
because a lot of like this when it comes to businesses, right? I'm not even joking. When I say to you, I've written down business ideas and I've seen them come into fruition, like with just coming to life out of nowhere, but it's other people doing it.
I feel you on that. But
And
then
there's
again,
just so many literally specific
thing,
ideas as well.
and it's kind of like, damn, I should have just done it.
And then they literally, and
The
if
same
I
thing with the
trusted
podcast.
myself from young, and who knows where I would have been right now.
True.
And that's not even just with food.
It's with everything to it. I mean, with the podcasters, you were shy about it at first, but I'm not gonna lie. The way you're carrying a conversation, the way you're communicating yourself, it's
Mm.
like you've been doing this your whole life.
No.
No, for real. No, for real. Like you communicate. When I first started this, everyone knows the first episodes of the podcast, it was funny. You could tell that you're still trying to get used to it, trying to get into the drifting, but
Oh,
the way you've
man.
expressed yourself, it's tough. Because
Yeah.
even me, just me saying to someone, growing up was when I was younger, life was tough. It's kind of like, damn, just
Hmm.
giving you a whole expo, even though it's not a whole expo. I'm just giving you no content. I'm just giving you just like a statement. I feel like I'm just giving you the whole life. I feel like you're gonna come back tomorrow. You're gonna be talking about me down the road.
Road,
So it's
yeah.
that. But then I realized that me worrying about what I guess haters in the sense are gonna think, it's kind of a detriment because someone might benefit from the experience that you have to share.
Yeah.
Someone might benefit from the experience that you have to share, or someone might want you to, I guess, share that experience with them. That's cool. Someone want you to share that experience with them so that they might be able to handle that situation in a different way. Like, for example, prison stories, or the way you handle prison, the way you got yourself through it. A young girl right now who may be going in, who may be coming up, might be like, damn, you know what? This isn't the end. I can still achieve certain things. I don't have to just use this.
No, before we even get to that part, dear young girls,
Yeah.
listen, yeah? Just listen to your mum. Like,
Okay.
that is it. Listen to your
Sorry
mum
to cut you off on that. But
and dad.
what about
Sorry.
ones who
Yeah.
don't have mum or dad, for example?
And those like that you're like me, if you're like me, you have to listen to yourself to
100.
some degree. You have to learn to trust and learn yourself. It takes years and it takes time,
100.
and like life is a learning, like
Big
learning journey.
learning
Like
curve.
you never stop learning. Life is for learning, and you are always learning yourself. So
100%. 100%. And then this isn't the last question. We've still got 2 more sections because I know I told people it's going to be a nice one. You're going to enjoy this one. What's the hardest decision you've had to make, and how did you approach it? What's the hardest decision you've had to make, and how did you approach it? Because for me, my hardest decision was, I always talk about this, was going to university. Because initially, when it came to going to uni, I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew was I have a mission to complete, and I need to figure out a way to complete it. And then so initially, my first thought was, oh, I'm just going to go and study anything and just get it over and done with. But then I ended up choosing sports health, exercise science. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. All I know is I like to stay active, and this will allow me to work with kids. So there's 2 options that I could do with it. So let's go. And I feel like me being able to make that decision has put me in a position where I feel like I have achieved something, and I feel like I put myself in a position to still be able to achieve something, even though I didn't enjoy the teaching. I'm still able to then use it and then take it somewhere else and then use it in a different environment with coaching and whatnot.
definitely.
So for you, what kind of decision do you feel like determines your approach to life, or what kind of decision have you made that changed the way you live life?
What kind of decisions have I made?
Yeah.
The people around me.
Okay.
And I know I need to not be worried about people, but it has been a major factor in my life over the years.
100.
Because I've made a lot of bad decisions because I've been around what feels like the wrong people for decades upon decades.
100. 100.
And just even yeah.
I feel you.
So
changing the kind of environment that you're in.
changing my environment, changing the guys I'm interested in, or willing to give opportunities to take me on a date, to doing more activities that I wouldn't normally do in my adult age.
Okay.
So like I'm gonna be doing tennis. I've taken up tennis this year.
Yeah, I saw you post a tennis thing where you can choose someone to partner up to do tennis.
Yeah. So where we live, there are like some private parks that only open to the residents. So I'm gonna try and partner up with some people. I've made my matches and stuff. So yeah,
that's nice.
And learning something new, finding different, always trying to learn something new. I don't like being bored. I know that I don't know it all. Like I know there's always something to discover. But it's just having the willpower sometimes to stick these things out, because there's so much things I want to do,
and
but
make sure you're actually able to do it.
So tennis and swimming, and Ava to do she's gonna do singing.
Well, I can see my youngin out here singing for real. Okay, that's the fact that you're also encouraging her to chase dreams and chase hobbies as well. I'm not gonna lie, that's also another big thing. And the fact that you've included that was gonna be towards the end, but what's it like being a mother? Because I know it's not easy. I know it's tough, especially in this day and age. So for you, what does being a mother mean to you?
Being a mother means being someone's everything.
Yeah.
And they're your everything.
So your life pretty much changed as soon as you basically had a daughter. So can you recall a time when you took a big risk and you felt like, right, this risk right here is going to define how me and mine go through life? Yeah. And how did that decision affect you?
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one. Because I don't have a child, guys. I wish, if anyone's out there looking to get married this year, it's not going great.
He's trying to find a wife.
I'm trying to find a wife. I'm trying to be on my best behavior at the same time as well. We're working on both at the same time. But if anyone's looking for a husband, I'm on the market.
Yeah.
But yeah, what kind of, for me, I would say moving out of my house. Yeah, moving out of my mum's. That's probably
Moving.
that's probably the one decision.
Listen, I had to leave East London, yo. Otherwise, Ava would have been born in Newham.
No one wants to be born in Newham General.
I was like
No
living in
one wants to
Custom
be born
House.
in
No
Newham General.
disrespect to East London
Yeah.
people, but imagine, nah.
No, hold on, one of my siblings was born
They
in
sent
Newham
me
General.
straight back to West London.
Nah, I feel you on that. Yeah, one of them was born in Newham General, but the rest were born in Westminster as well. Nah, for real.
And I had a horrible experience as well with the scan pictures, them running out of ink and all of this, like,
Typical Newham. That's typical East. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not surprised that you said that. It's
honestly.
gonna be one of those experiences.
But Paddington,
Yeah, no, that was
yeah.
nice as well. So then, how do you maintain your work life hobby balance?
How do I maintain it?
Work life hobby enjoyment balance. There we go.
Well, when I'm all in with work,
Yeah.
like fun is probably the last thing on my mind.
Okay.
I'll go like that's the last that's at the end of the day. Like at the end of the week or at the end of the month.
So you're saving your enjoyment for finishing.
Yeah,
Okay.
delayed gratification.
Okay. So then, through the
So
majority, you're kind of just focused on you in a sense.
focus on making money
Okay, fair enough.
on the go.
So I mean, but then that helps you maintain your enjoyment. Okay, so you got your work. What about life? How do you fit that in?
I can't lie. Sometimes the whole family thing and friend thing, like sometimes
You forget.
let's just know.
That counts as forgetting. You get caught up in life.
Yeah, get caught up in life. Like let's just not. Like let's keep it healthy and
Because I do
stuff
it.
like that.
No. See, I used to think that
Once a
too.
month
That's not
or
healthy.
once every 2 months.
That's not healthy because my family get onto it as well. Because me, when I'm in grind mode, it's like I'm in crunch. That's the best way to explain. It's like I'm in crunch. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm going. You might hear from, and my family have gotten so used to it. They know they're gonna hear from me in a week or two. They don't even give a damn.
Yeah.
They'll call me. I'll miss the call. They ain't gonna call me back.
Yeah.
They just know. They're just letting me know that right. We checked on you.
Yeah.
You didn't answer.
Yeah.
Don't say we didn't check on you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I feel like I get it. Sometimes you get caught up in I guess, in a mindset of where you want to make sure you're achieving your goals. You want to make sure that you're doing your best, but at the same time, it's kind of like
you need your family.
Yeah, and you need, because they're like the anchor. Like you're the ship sailing, but then your family are always gonna be there to bring you back in, even if you get lost.
Yeah, but like it's really, for me, family is really limited in the
True.
UK.
Doesn't have to be a lot though. Family could be one person.
One person, yeah, Ava.
Family
and my auntie. But my, family, everyone's back home.
True. For you, man. That's our trip to Congo. Even me, I'm planning a trip to Congo this summer.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah.
You're going as well, come, because I'm gonna do a whole documentary, everything. I'm planning something, planning to see the family down there as well. They be telling me to come for time.
Yeah.
I've been saying, you know what, this summer I'm gonna go to Congo 1 week.
Yeah.
Do a full documentary of just life in Congo. It's gonna due to be fun.
Say, listen, you have to come in December.
You catch me down there, Mercy. I can go twice in the same year. I don't mind, because if there's someone bangs, for sure, and I know it's gonna.
Summer's gonna be crazy. I don't recommend that.
Why?
That's the time of year where everybody around the world is going.
Perfect. I wanna experience Congo at its peak.
That's 6. I don't think you want to.
Because when I do this, because I feel like a lot of people don't even know Congo exists. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, because
it surprises me.
It's because we're in England.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they're like, when I say I'm Congolese, they're like, huh?
Where's that?
In the middle of Africa. They're like, what do you mean?
West Africa?
I'm like, no, right in the middle. If you look at the map, the big country in the middle, that's the one that is right there. Everyone can see it, but everyone pretends like it doesn't exist. So I feel like there's a lot more, I guess, publicity that could be brought to the Congo. But last but not least, soon going to be wrapping up. What are your dreams and aspirations? Or who are the people that have inspired you and influenced you to, I guess, want to achieve?
My parents.
Okay.
and my grandparents.
Okay.
And yeah.
How do you? Oh my God.
And
No, keep going.
how?
No, keep
Huh?
going. No, keep going.
How?
Oh, how do you stay creative and motivated
Oh,
to, I guess, chase your dreams? Or how have they helped you stay creative and motivated?
how the fact that these people were giving birth and having families,
Mhm.
like, in the middle of wars and still building empires in the middle of wars.
You're right about that, because even me, my mom had me. I was born during the Congo War,
Yeah,
and somehow I'm alive. Somehow my mother's alive,
yeah.
grandmother's alive, and I'm like, how did you guys manage this? Like a whole war's
It's
going on for a whole nation,
literally surreal
and
because my grandma is Rwandan and I'm from the two warring countries,
literally,
basically.
literally
So,
constantly in
like,
turmoil.
the stories my nan told me that they used to have to hide her from the Congolese soldiers so that they wouldn't shoot her. Like, because the soldiers lock off the whole block, whatever, like the
Just
area,
looking for one person,
knocking on doors looking for Rwandans to kick them off,
literally,
kick them out, or kill them.
literally, especially during that time as well. That's just
Man, woman,
as the
child,
genocide was
like,
ending as well.
literally did not care about Rwandan people.
Literally, 100%.
And just them, like, you know, just starting from absolutely nothing and coming from so far. Like, I've come from, I said we.
100,
We've come from so far that I refuse to be a weak link in the family chain
100%. Or just not,
and a waste of space.
or even just not achieving what you know you can achieve.
Like, literally, me not doing anything with my life. I'm like Nipsey Hussle says, like, you're wasting air. I'm
100%.
literally wasting air, and I hate when I'm in those zones when I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm not doing nothing because
You feel like you're just stagnant and not
I'm
doing.
stagnant and not able with when there's barriers coming, all these different angles.
100%. And rather than staying stagnant, you feel like, damn, I could overcome this. I could do something to get
Yeah.
around it.
No, it's like the thought of them is what keeps me going because it's like if they could achieve that and people are dying left, right, and center,
How dare I give up?
how dare I give up
100%.
in the bright United Kingdom?
100%. Albeit what it is, I'm not going to lie, because just like you just said there, if our ancestors, if our families were able to have the opportunities that we have here, I know for a fact the things that we complain about, because I know a lot of people get onto me for saying this, but I say, guys, I know that here, yes, we have issues. Yes, it's not perfect, but a lot of the things that we complain about, if you were to go to a third world country and tell them this, they'd look at you and they'd laugh at you. They'd be like, seriously,
This is your problem.
that's your issue. That is really your issue. Okay,
Is that no problem?
you've got kids in the Congo. Their next worry is whether they're going to make it out of the mines or not. You've got kids in Uganda worrying about whether they're going to whether they're going to turn into soldiers or whatnot. Kids in Rwanda worried about the same thing, whether they're going to be sent off to war or whatnot. So I feel like here in the UK, the biggest worry you have is
The wars that we create for ourselves,
true.
in ourselves, and within our communities.
Amen.
That
Amen.
is our biggest problem.
That is it.
Yeah.
And not wanting to accept that initially
That
the
we
problem
are
is
our own
internal. Yeah,
problem.
their problem is internal. You can point the finger as many times as you want,
And
but
say,
at the end of the day, it's it's us problem. It's
yeah,
us.
it's a us
It's
problem.
Like,
Regardless of like sword fighting existing from the beginning of time,
not even like people
and
say racism,
and racism and
but
all of
now
that.
things have changed, but
Like,
we're still the same. So who
now
are we really
when
blaming?
they think of a knife or sword, they think of
Us.
us. They're not
Literally,
thinking of
us.
PR.
Literally, and slowly but surely, you can kind of see how we as a people, we as a culture, are slowly being dehumanized. But people aren't believing me when I'm saying it. I say I give us another 3 years. If we do not change how we're acting, they're gonna put us back into slavery, and they're gonna have justification for it. Before they use the Bible, now they're gonna use
Patriarchy.
no, they're gonna use us.
Yeah,
They're gonna
but
show it every example. They're gonna be like, this is what we told you guys. See, this is what we meant by they're savages. This is what we meant by they need to be civilized. Look, we gave them freedom, and look at how they're acting. You just have to take them back. But
yeah,
that's a
and
whole other conversation. Oh my god.
like the world is run by men, mean men.
I think, you know what? You might think that, but in this day and age right now, I feel like, actually not right. Maybe with Trump coming back in, but the past 4 or 5 years, I think it's been women, you know. I think it's been women.
You think so?
100%.
Oh, Margaret
100%.
Thatcher.
Not even just Margaret Thatcher, just because the people that we see in front aren't the ones that aren't the people that are deciding all the
People in the
decisions.
background.
Yeah, it's people in the background. The ones in the front is the person that's meant to take all the flack from us. Like, they're meant to take all the trouble from us. That's why people like Donald Trump do well, because even though we're going to get onto him, he's going to take the shot. He's going to be like, I got more money than you, so I don't really care what you have to say. Same
And
thing
he'll
with,
tell you to your face.
exactly. And that's why people like him, because it's like, you know what you're going to get with him. But I feel like the past 5 years, not even just blame on women. I feel like it's a case of women having to take control and men not wanting to work with the women to establish control together. It's kind of a case of, right, if you want to do it by yourself, do it by yourself. We ain't going to help you. And the system goes down rather than, all right, cool. You know, you have a good idea of what we need. Let's work together and achieve certain things. But that in itself is a whole big episode. Will be here forever.
No, I know we're gonna. I feel like can we do this again?
No, for sure, 100%. This is not the last episode. Man, I tell you, this is not. It's
not the last episode.
No, we got to do a follow up.
This is a draft.
This is just a
precursor. This is a draft.
This is just a precursor. Trust me, you got loads more to come.
No, this is a draft. We're gonna do another one before you post this. Thank you.
Nah, for real. Last question. That's it, really. Or what's something before we finish? What's something about you that most people don't know, or you think that people should know, or you would like people to know?
I would like people to know. Yeah.
I love how you went all posh because she turned into Queen Lizzie. Shout, rest in peace, Queen
rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth.
This is she went sophisticated.
She never found her way to Congo, so she's all right.
She's there in spirit. Diana went to Congo, didn't she?
Huh?
Diana went to Congo. One of them was there.
Who?
Princess Diana. She went to Congo, I think.
Stanley. Anyway, I would just like everybody to know that I can cook some really, really good food.
Tell them again.
And it would be great to have your support as soon as I have an establishment via vehicle or Quask or takeaway service.
That's right. Coming soon.
Coming real soon, obviously, but not real soon, with time, with divine timing. I'm not rushing nothing. I'm not begging no customers online anymore. I'm not posting no motherfucking menus.
I'll do the begging for the customers. I'll post the menu.
You guys know I can cook.
You'll see the menu.
Yeah. Call my phone.
Come on. I will post the number anyway.
You be trying to get this generational wealth together out the hood, or are we all gonna just be content and like just stay put? Like, what are we doing? Are we building or are we not building?
100%. And it's not building black-owned businesses just for black people. It's building black institutions so that we can spread the black culture amongst everyone.
I want to open bakery schools.
Come on.
I want to open hair like we're known for hair salons and everything else. That's never gonna end. But we need like schools where we're teaching kids how to make bread, make their own meals. You know, we teach them at home and everything else, but fair enough. But imagine
even farming.
The agriculture, even more so. Jesus, please.
I'm telling you.
How to look after the chicken and make eggs and start egg business, yogurt business, cheese, our own cheese business. Like, come on.
And all of these things are possible, especially in this day and age.
Everything's possible. It's just the mental
and how much you want to do it.
Everyone coming together, the willpower and the basic, what was I say, the bare minimum respect of code of human, as Nipsey would say.
Oh, literally.
Like, it's the code of human, just the code of human. If you have understanding of another human being,
literally,
you're gonna you understand life
and maintaining the humanity,
and maintaining humanity and respect and love for each other. 100. Everyone is connected in one way or another. We like to be in denial of it.
We like to consider ourselves as individuals, but really and truly, you don't function without the other.
There's not a day I don't step out my front door, and I'm not spoken to.
100%.
A hi, a hello, good morning.
Even a smile.
Just a smile, because we are a human race. We are one.
No.
Like, was it?
We are one. That's from Lion King.
No, what did they say in Jamaica? One of many, one of all. What is it?
No, all for one for all. No, is it all for
All
one for
for
all?
one, one for
That's the
all.
Musketeer. No, that's Musketeer. That's the
No,
Musketeers.
that is it, isn't it? It is. Yeah, that is it.
All for one for all, one for all, and all for one for all. I think it's all for one for all. But on that note, would you like to shout out your Instagrams and some of your
I'll shout that out real soon. At Jim Merci,
yeah?
Mother Merce.
That's the main page. Shout out Mother Mercy already. That's how you know the food's gonna bang. When Mother's in the tower, I don't even need to say. I don't even need to say. I don't even need to say. You already know who I am. Creative MDS, your favorite host. Told you there was gonna be more content coming, and way more to come. Very much soon. Very much soon.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Anything to say, man?
Peace and love.
Come on.
Say hi to a stranger. You don't know what they're going through. Just be nice.
There you go.
It costs nothing to say hi. And don't laugh at strangers.
Well, if you're shy, smile.
Yeah,
smile.
if you're shy, smile.
Just smile.
That awkward, funny smile, like, you'll be like, oh, it makes people feel funny because I've been getting some smiles and I'm just like, But it's like,
okay.
Oh,
yes, that is kind of cute. No, you're right.
Like,
so
no, the person's just being human.
And I started hitting people with the snow bunny smile, you know them.
Yeah.
Just a little the nod,
nice,
the nice nod on the side. They're like, all right, cool.
It literally costs nothing
literally.
to be nice. Like
love
rules the world. Like as much as cash rules the world, love's supposed to rule the world more.
And this is the year of humanity, my people. I'm telling you, this is the year of
the
humanity.
year of humanity. It's not the year of no rascal snake around here. I tell you that. I'm sorry, Japan, China, but ultimately, it's the
it was the year of the snake. It was the year of the snake, though.
Yeah, none of that around here.
It's the year of humanity, my people.
It's the year of humanity.
No,
love your peoples. Love them hard. I've buried so many people. Yeah. I'm 30 something this year. A number that I don't want to say. And I know I'm yet to bury more people. And in this life, you only have one life. And those people that you love, there's only one version of them unless they're breeding an army.
I'm trying to breed an army.
So love your peoples, look after them, and have respect for each other.
I know, Mess is thinking, what are these ad libs I'm dropping?
Yeah, these ad libs. If you got the money for them, have them.
100%. Hey, listen.
And that's another thing. Don't be popping out kids you can't afford.
Everyone have a football team. Everyone have a football team.
No, not in the United Kingdom. No,
have 2 football teams.
Listen, I 2 children in the UK. When I go retire back home,
2 football teams, first team and second team.
Listen, no. You're a man.
Listen. That's always it. I'm trying to have the largest family in the world. The bigger, the better.
My granddad had 12.
See, that's how you do it right. That's how you do it right.
And
he had the full 11 and a sub. Can you imagine?
No, he had 2 boys and 9 girls.
That's fine. That's fine. You got a goalkeeper and a striker, and you can fill in the middle of the field. You fill in the rest in the middle of the field. But I'm terrible.
This one, he wants a wife and children so bad.
I'm telling you, listen.
But I'm not gonna make in divine timing. We want a good woman to enter our family. We don't want a full stupid girl.
Oh wait, hold on. I was joking, guys.
Yeah.
I was joking, guys.
You're joking about what?
Actually, I'm kind of not joking. I'm kind of.
He's not joking.
I'm not joking.
I'm not joking on his behalf. How about that?
No,
but people have respect and love for each other.
Amen. That's the main
that
thing.
Unity. We go further together than alone. Like this crabs in the bucket mentality
needs to stop.
It needs to stop. We need to stop it. And people cussing Captain Conan about it's not fully black owned. Like, shut up.
It makes no sense.
Be quiet. They bought supermarket. Nala's baby's popping. Nala's grandchildren are good. Like, why are you talking?
That's why. No, that's why they're talking, because Nala's grandkids are good and theirs aren't. It's like, before we finish off,
the disrespect.
I just want people to understand that when someone's hating on you, they're not hating on you because you're not doing well. They're hating on you because in their hearts and their minds and minds, they genuinely feel they could do better than you in that moment, even though they haven't even tried, which is crazy. Which is the crazy thing about humanity and the bad man in the UK. But that one in itself, whole another big subject. We won't keep you for too long. Do you want to say anything else before we sign off?
Just challenge yourselves instead of challenging your neighbor.
Amen. Amen. And on that note,